Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on your time zone and where you are watching this video from. It's our weekly update on our instruments, but we need to gain insight. I'm your host, Dr. Peter. We need to get insight into what the trade has given us and to what possibilities exist and how to plan our trade in the coming week. The month is probably we're in the middle of April, and from what I can see, these moves may continue and towards the end of April before we see a bigger correction. But having said that, it is not the time that matters now, but the completeness of the structure. So we are going to look into the structure. We are taught that this is wave 1 to the downside, and this is a micro 2 to the upside. Then inside of wave 3, we are taught that we are seeing a possible wave 3-1. I want you to get what I'm trying to say. I said this is like a wave 1, A, B, C, this B in the middle of a wave 2. Then in a wave 3-1 that is a bit longer, we have seen a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5 here, and a 3-2 here. So we are taught that we had completed a 3-3, then a 3-4. Then we thought that we had finished a wave 3 major, which occurred in 5 waves. Now we expect a major 4. In our expecting a major 4, we are taught that we are going to see A, B, then C, probably a bigger C to the upside, for us to probably around this area that will complete a major 4. Then we have the last with 5 to the downside, and before we have a bigger correction. There may be a slight change because we have to really look at the count. The wave this wave came to the downside, and we add this correction, and the way this one didn't even reach the end here, shows clearly that for anybody that is counting wave, I've not seen an ending structure that will tell me that we are going to have a bigger correction. And again, there is no division for now, be it leading diagonal or the ending diagonal, that will tell me that we are coming, for a bigger correction. So if you use your trend line, it's really not approaching the trend resistance. So that's another way of looking at it. Then let's look at, this is 4-hour time frame. Let's look at RSI. In the RSI so far, we may be nearing the end of the structure. From here, look at this RSI here and RSI here. There is, even though the price is coming more to the downside, but it's further, pulling up here. If we look at the daily RSI, let's see what the daily RSI is, if it's agreeing, because the daily RSI is far more. Now, on the daily RSI, what we can see, we are not seeing that deviation yet on the daily RSI. So which tells me that not until we see the deviation here, that the daily, is pulling further up, it's at equal level here. So we still need a bit of a time to wait. So what do I think? If I go back to you can see the sharp fall here. it's a sharp fall here, and this small correction, this big move to the upside, this is not wave 4, it's bigger wave 4, and this is another sharp fall. So we need correction now. So if I shift back to 4-hour time frame to give us what to expect, yes, we are very close to the end, but what do I think we are going to have? This wave after this peak here did 5 waves to the downside. 1, 2, a 3, a 4, a 5. In between here, it's a 5, it's a complete 5 waves. Then we have this correction. So I would see that probably we are building the end of this correction. So I will see this as the first thrust after that correction here, the first thrust and the second correction. This also came down in a flash like 5 waves, if you can see, like 1, 2, a 3, probably a 4, 5 here, a 4 and a 5 here. So now we should expect a wave 4 here, something very similar to this. It might take time, with more time. I will expect a wave 4 here around this area, something. So that is what we should expect. If price would pull to break this top right away, if it's going to pull to break this top right away, I will still expect that with 4. You know, something similar to this. I will still expect it around this area. Then after that, we'll now break up, then to have a bigger correction. So I expect a bigger correction, something like this, around this area. This is still small. So how do we proceed with that count? Now, this will be for anybody that is selling here. This is your stop loss for now. But again, this is huge. So if we are to have a 4th wave relative to this, then you know you want to hide between your 50 retracement of wave 3. That is what we can do. So if I bring out my drawing, it still look though that we are taught that wave 3 here had finished. So the wave 3 may, in the blue, may be coming here. So which may not have entirely, you know, be done. You can see from 2 here, you know, within this wave 3 itself, we need to burn it off, and we had not seen that yet. We had a sharp move, so we had not seen the end of it, and that's a very sharp move. So if you clone this, I'm teaching us something. If you clone this and you bring it to the end of what you presume as wave 3 here in this place, because this is what we presume to be 5. So if we bring it here, what we notice is a sharp break out of here. This is not wave 5. Wave 5 has not ended, so we are still within this wave 3. That is what I can clearly show you here. Even if you bring it to this one here, there's a sharp break. So we have not reached the end yet. So we now have to recalibrate. This may still go for this 5 here, 4, this may, yeah, go for 3 here. We may have done a 4th wave here. Or rather still, we may have done a 4th wave here in this blue, and this may have finished 5 in the blue. So we now have a 1 of 3, 2 of 3, so 5 and in the blue here. So in this kind of blue here. So this may now be this 4th wave for now. That's the ultimate for now. It may be the fourth wave in the blue now. So regardless, let's just assume that that is what is building. So I'll just use this to teach us why so now let me take that off really. So we are within here. So we should treat this as the first flow of one for now. And we should treat this as a two of that ending structure for now. Then we should regard this as the third wave for now. So if we regard this as the third wave of these three in the blue for now, which may not have ended, and we should still expect this four in the pink. That is what I'm saying now. That's how to safely navigate without you burning your account or blowing your account, or without you losing your position unnecessarily. So if that is the case, I'm not expecting a deep correction. We add one to be two, so maybe of the ending structure here. So what to do is to look for wave 4 oh no, it's not that way. So from the beginning of that wave 3 now, yeah, to where we presume this wave is correcting, then we should expect that that wave 4 typically should not exceed 38.2, which is here. And so that you won't lose most of the gain. Price has not even touched there. And that where to put your stop loss for now will be around this area, not even here. So around 50, behind 50 here. That is where you would need to put your stop loss if you are following that flow, so that you want to still gain some more pips to the downside. Now, that is what I would expect. So anything more than this will now mean that once you break here, we are going for a much deeper correction. So in going for that much deeper correction, then there are two things that will be at the back of your mind, or three things. The first thing that will be at the back of your mind will be that probably we have not done this. And if we have not done this, and if we are correcting deep here, so it means that if we want to correct with 4 in the blue, assuming we haven't. So with 4 in the blue from that blue area, should not break this end here, but it will be deep. So which means this will still be probably, if that is what we want to do, with 4 in the blue should be coming around this area. later. And that will be a perfect play, a perfect way of burning off and tailing off towards this trend resistance. So maybe we are going to have that. Of course, that can always change if we pull more downward. So that's the first thing to think. And the second thing to think is that probably if we are turning down, we want to correct the whole of this as a big 2. So once we finish here, so that means around this area of 50 without breaking here, we may turn down again, or 61.8, we may turn down again. So it depends. So what we continue to look at those levels to mark as we journey here. So without breaking this area without breaking this area, we can't correct deep. So once we break this area, so if we are to do wave 4, we know in the blue, and if we are correcting a bigger ABC of wave 2 between here and here without breaking this place, once you break this place, that means price is going back up to break the top, and that means we are done with that trend. So that's how to do. So that's 3 possibilities. But for now, in the immediate, if you look at what is playing out here on the 4-hour time frame, on the 4-hour time frame, it shows we have liquidity here. We have liquidity here. So if we are still building this with 4 here, and I expect it to be big without breaking here, it means this sell, this move is not going to probably take this top before we bounce back to the downside to hit this area on the 4-hour time frame. So it may mean that we are done with a wave A here. This place may be a primary 4 later. You know, we are very close to it. So this may come up a bit, maybe break slightly to the upside and give us an extension to the downside here to finish this with 4, you know, to the downside. Then we come up again. Then after that, we are going to have a bigger move to the downside. So we continue to see what is going to give us. But for now, we have to follow it wave by wave. For me, for you, if you are selling, this is where to hide. And if we are done with this correction, we should be looking at the way prices come to the downside to engage this place, probably if we can pick another buy. So another sell from here. So having said that, we now understand. If you don't understand what I've said, watch this video over and over to understand what I've said about this. So now if you go to the euro dollar, we are still very bullish on euro dollar, even though we are close to ending this. So this now is not like that big wave 4. It now becomes a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and a 2. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and we have to have a wave 4, something similar to here, around this area. So like I said, this becomes your wave 2 limit. If this is the wave 3 limit of that ending structure here, because we might be building an ending structure really, like a 1, a 2, 3, probably a 4 that will not go beyond 50 here. We should have one more breaking to the upside, and before we have a bigger correction, that will probably mean that we are correcting 2, then 4, big 4 that will not break here, or that we are doing a big with 2 to the downside. So that is what we should be expecting. So we still, this is still going to burn off, in my own opinion, but not to just necessarily burn off what you had gained and you stay behind 50 position. That's what we are going to do. We may not necessarily, we may take off the TP until this correction is done. We may take off TP until this correction is done because we might still be pushing up slightly. That is what I'm seeing here. Then if you look at pound USD too, the way pound USD had gone up, this is a big move. So it didn't go off correctively. This is a liquidity graph here. So we are building a 1, 2, probably a 3, 4 system here to the upside. We later will have a bigger correction to the downside. If we do that, after a bigger correction to the downside, you can take another buy to the upside and see what it gives us. Everything looks bullish. NZD USD is the same. NZD USD looks the same. Now, this may have formed, because after breaking this bottom here, and this may have actually bottomed in this area. So this is going up. Any bigger correction to the downside is an opportunity for more upside now. So a bigger correction to the downside is an opportunity for more upside. As a USD JPY, USD JPY also look likely to give us, after this move to the downside, if you want to, this is where you can put a stop loss now and watch what kind of correction we're going to get here. Or rather, you may want to, if you are selling already, at this correction, you may want to exit because this may look like the price wants to correct much deeper. So once probably price come down, you might be expecting a much deeper correction to the upside. That is what I can see for now. On gold, gold again has created another new high. So, but this new high, you have to be careful. So what we are waiting for, because this may just be a fourth wave, what we are waiting for is for this immediate wave to burn off. So we are still within this wave 3. We need to end this wave 3 properly. Any moment from now, probably at the break of this top, we may do a correction of wave 4, something similar to this. But we need to break out of here. So if I look at the trend support on the 4-hour time frame now, so looking at that trend support on the 4-hour, I'm just using this to teach us. We need to break out properly here. This first bridge may signal, that we are very close to ending this wave 3, wave 1, wave 2. To ending this wave 3, we are very close to ending this wave 3 with the first 4-hour. So we are close to ending this wave 3. So if we do that without breaking this area, if we catch a sell, we can sell a wave 4. And any sell we do here, we must do such a sell with close monitoring and close stop loss. So what can we do? Assuming it's turning down to give us wave 4 from here, and you think it's wave 4, it means that from this area to this area, if you get that, I'm teaching us that wave 4, if it's wave 4, that it shouldn't go beyond here really, and that's too big. You know, it might not give us something like that. It might not give us something like that, considering this kind of movement, if it's 1 and 2, and that will be too big because there has been an extension in this wave 3 itself. So, and we should be planning around this area. So, but this might just be an ultimate area of a stop loss. If you are selling that wave 4, you have to sell it cautiously. So this might be an ideal area. It may just grab liquidity under this low to finish up that wave 4. It may grab liquidity under this low to finish up this wave 4. Bounce up the last time to the upside to finish wave 5. And after that, there's going to be a big correction. It's going to be a big fall. So we are expecting a big fall above here. So for now, that deviation, according to this trend support, is not done yet. We need to have a proper wave 4 in this category, probably at around this area or less, but it will, you know, pull away from here to know that it's a wave 4. Then after wave 4, all these are short trades. Then you do your wave 5. Then after the peak of wave 5, is going to fall. It's going to fall. So you have to be very careful. So for the big move that is going to come that will actually reward you a lot, it's the sell that we're looking for, which is a bigger correction that will break all this to the downside and break all this to the downside. I think with that, have come to the end. Do like and share this comment if you like what we're doing, and happy trading week. Bye.